Hello, guys. I am Shane Davis, 20-year comic book veteran. I'm here with Yanzi Lin, and we are talking about Marvel's new Punisher. Like new Punisher. Wait, you guys have to kind of go back and remember how they crippled the character Frank Castle, how they brought his wife back to basically say she wanted to divorce him anyways, and basically that his war on crime had really been for nothing because his wife was 1 foot out the door anyways, and all of this stuff. And the character kind of offed himself in a weird way and ends up in another alternate dimension, taking away the Punisher name and calling himself just Frank. Okay, so you have to understand this was Marvel killing a character, one that a lot of people like. That now the skull is kind of controversial, all this stuff. So why they do, they come out right away with the all new Punisher, different character, different type of skull symbol, shield, guns, probably shooting laser bolts, whatever. And we are at issue 4. It is canceled. It's done. It's it. That's it. Nobody cared. Nobody wanted it. Nobody asked for it. But they took a swing anyway. Let's get into this.
Well, as you can see, this is obviously not Frank Castle, just some other guy that they came up with to replace him, I guess. So they did say there was going to be an all-new ongoing comics series. Well, it looks like it was cancelled after just 4 issues. So issue 4 came out at the end of February. Now, so the sources for March issues have seen issue 5 by then, but there was no Punisher title listed. So this is what April said, that they're collecting issue 1 to 4 in the trade, but no solicits for issue 5 yet. Coming to the May solicits, still no solicits for issue number 5. 3 months without the continuation of a booking, pretty much say it's cancelled. Now I can say, oh, that's a speculation. Maybe it's on hiatus. Nah. See, you go to the Marvel.com website, they even mark it over here, Punisher, 2023 to 2024. That's it.
Yeah.
4 issues. That's it. They're
Didn't
done.
even live 1 full year. It's like a headstone. Here's the thing. There's a couple of things I really got to point out here is if you look at the character's chest, it's technically not a skull. And this is really where I'm really going to pull this thing apart. That's some gun pouches and some weird designs on the chest, but technically not a skull. Okay, because that was what was problematic about it. We all know how like the left tried to say that this skull symbol was a alt-right police force type symbol or something like that because people like the Punisher skull. I mean, a lot of people like the Punisher skull.
It's a cool looking skull. Why won't you like it?
Right. So Tom Brevoort tried to strip that away and refurbish whatever this is. A character nobody asked for, a character nobody cared about. Not a lot of commercial value in it. Now, as far as publishing goes, and I've dealt with publishers such as Joe Quesada to Dan Buckley to Dan DiDio, Bob Wayne. I'm going to tell you 20 plus years of comic book working for publishers and just talking to people that work in that. One of the things in the direct market that publishers look for is issue number 3. Issue 1, of course, but issue 3. Why issue 3? The way the direct market works, you have to order about like 2.5 months ahead of time. So when issue 1 is coming out, they've already cut their orders on issue 2, usually by a third to be safe, because they expect their speculators for the first issue. People maybe won't like it. And then there's just a number of people that buy number 1 issues. That's why we end up at number 1s all the time. Number 3 is when you can tell what's really there and what your base is. It quits dropping, or in some cases, it actually goes up. When Mark Waid went on to his Daredevil run, there was a big drop in 2, and then 3 actually printed more than the initial print run of 2. And it actually caused issue 2 to be worth considerably more money in that run. Probably the highest issue at the time that it was worth the most because it was the most limited. So this is why this thing's canceled. Nobody wants it. Okay. They saw the writing on issue 3's sales and said, we have to wrap this up in 4 issues. We've lost enough money on this book. We're not going to go to a 5-issue trade. This isn't going to be an ongoing. We don't know what we did here. Let's not issue a press release, because if we do, then retailers are going to cut their orders on number 4, and we need to make up some of the money we've lost on this. And that's not even considering the IP suicide of this. You have to understand, this is a character you could put out a video game of. They're working on a new G.I. Joe game. I'm going to like it. I'm going to love it. I'm going to play it. Punisher, Frank Castle Punisher could be a DLC character in Call of Duty right now. This is a character Marvel can sell. It's probably the cheapest Marvel superhero movie they could make. But somehow, because it's problematic, we have to destroy the character. They didn't just destroy the character, they nuked the character. This character self-terminated. The reason that he was fighting crime, it turned out for his wife, she was about to leave him anyways. It is like you literally neutered a prized pedigree dog with Frank Castle Punisher. Now, ironically in this, from my understanding, this character is going to appear in the Daredevil stuff. I have no hopes that Disney would ever do Punisher justice. They're the last company that should ever deal with this character.
So we know that this is probably like the whole Tim Sheridan Green Lantern situation. Issue 1 debuted 11th on the ICB2 sales chart. Now, the scary thing though, is that by the time we got to issue 2, it didn't even chart in the top 50. Don't even talk about 3 and 4. It didn't even appear in the top 50. Exact same situation with Tim Sheridan, which is kind of like the case of realizing, yeah, that means that people who bought the first issue were speculators. They weren't even interested in the character. They just bought it to speculate. And then pretty much the fact that 2 doesn't even chart tells you that nobody was interested in the book to begin with.
And I'm going to blame Tom Brevoort on this, but besides the fact it happened, and Jason Aaron for killing Frank Castle, which was probably up under some sort of orders by the Mouse to do it. I get all that. But what I don't understand is, unless I'm missing something, and there could be something, because this is off my radar, to be honest, besides what I'm seeing on the internet. Why didn't Marvel spin or drum this character up out of something? Like, why wasn't this built up more? Like, maybe if somehow this was coming out of X-Men in some weird way, or an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. that's tasked with the X-Men, and there's a big X-Men relaunch. It's just like, I don't get why were they so quick to replace Frank Castle after killing him? I mean, it was just too transparent. Like, this could have held off for a while. It didn't really have to come off the heels off of getting rid of Frank Castle, because nobody really liked that. And before they got rid of him, mind you, Marvel was changing the skull pattern. They were giving him swords instead of guns, making like some sort of ninja out of the blue. I mean, I can't even keep up with it. It was that ridiculous. And this is a character that was super popular in the 90s. Punisher had multiple video games, Nintendo, arcade. You know, he had ties with other Marvel Universe characters like Nick Fury to Daredevil. He was a street level character. I mean, easily relatable to. He had a very likable origin story. You know, the mob killed his family, and waging a war, a vigilante story, almost a perfect vigilante story in a way. Really weird times we live in. But if you guys will look down below, hit like, subscribe, ring the bell for notification. Also, please go check out Inglorious Rex, getting ready to close in 10 days, $41,392. We are getting ready to go to print with this campaign, and we can use your support as we're sending off the files. If anybody wants to get in on this campaign, and you can buy issue 1 at the same time, go over here, check it out on 9 Lives Comics or Indiegogo. The links are down below. I'll leave you guys with a trailer for this smash hit comic coming to you from 9 Lives Comics.
Guess who stepped on the scene? I got greatness all in my jeans. Ain't no way that I can slow down. I'm laced up, look how I shake the ground. Can't touch the crown, but you can kiss the ring. Close your eyes and see how I live a dream. I'm too smooth, MJ with the lean. Don't be fooled, I came through with the team. This is over their heads, how high can it go? I'm too over the edge, got my eyes on the goal. And we right back at it, keep them right on their toes. Look at the way that I move, this is all that I know. Cause I got the drive, I put it in gear. Line them up, I don't see no competitors here. If it ain't first place, we really can't settle for it. Listen up, get ready for it.